Well, speaking of hope, former President Joe Biden, I think, was trying to maybe inject some hope into his party at a fundraiser in Nebraska. Watch this.
The Democratic Party's back. The Democratic Party's back. That's not hyperbole. I have the dubious distinction. I'm the youngest man ever elected in the history of America to the United States Senate, and I'm the oldest damn president. I feel like I'm 40, but I've turned it twice plus 3. Folks, when I left the president, I knew Trump was going to take a wrecking ball of the country. But I had no idea, I have to admit, I didn't know it was going to be an actual wrecking ball. Anyone see what he's done to the east wing of the People's House, the White House? It's a perfect symbol of his presidency. Trump is taking a wrecking ball not only to the People's House, but to the Constitution, to the rule of law, to our very democracy.
Getting a little break from him for a couple of months reminds you, like, holy cow. I mean, that's like, he's not all there.
Yeah, again, shame on Jill Biden. She should be taking care of him. She should be enjoying him now that he's back home. Instead, she's like, get back out there. There's no reason for Joe Biden to be out there right now because he is not the leader of the party. He's clearly past his prime. And we had a poll recently on who the Democrat Party thinks is the leader of their party. Joe Biden was like, I don't know, like number 9. I don't know what he's doing. Here's that poll. So 21% say, we don't know. Rudderless. I think you might be able to put Mamdani on there, but he's not on that list so far. Kamala Harris, 16%. Another nobody is 10%. Beating Schumer, who's at 70%. At 7%. Jeffries also getting a little less, 7.4%. Obama, 7.4%. Down to Newsom, and then way, way at the bottom, Joe Biden.
So just Mamdani did make the list, but he was so far down there, you would need binoculars to find him.
It won't take long for him to get there.
No, I totally agreed. He's down there at 0.3. But what I think is kind of interesting is if you look at the list, you've got AOC and Bernie Sanders trailing down there with like 1%.
They're like 1% and 2%.
Yeah.
And the fact that Joe Biden is pulling ahead of AOC is really pretty interesting. But if you show that list again, literally nobody is more upset about this than Gavin Newsom, who's all the way down at 6.2%. Only one actual Democrat had double digits, and that's, of course, Harris at 16%. But the fact that 21%, 2 out of 10 polled said, no idea who the leader of the party is. We're just adrift.
So there is a battle inside of the party, and it's sort of like, and people say it's like the establishment Democrats versus, the radical communist socialist wing. And I don't think that's quite what it is. I think it's those who are out and proud as socialists and those who think they still have to hide it the way Obama did back in 2008.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.